I'm Rick Keeler. Thanks for joining me. I'm a little raspy today, so I hope that's not too distracting. In all my experience with problematic money behaviors, there's one that I've never addressed, which is shoplifting. It's not discussed in any of the books that I've co-authored, and while I estimate that I've worked with maybe 1,000 people or so around their money scripts, I can't once recall anyone mentioning a money script that they deserved to steal from retailers or that it was okay to shoplift. In 27 years of writing this column, I can't ever recall writing one about shoplifting until, of course, now. When I started, I did a little research on shoplifting, and the results were pretty sobering. One source, the National Association for Shoplifting Prevention, that's NASP, estimates that 27 million people in the U.S. have shoplifted at least once. That's 1 out of 9 people. So that means out of the 1,000 people that I've worked with, none of whom identified a money script around shoplifting, it's safe to assume that 110 had shoplifted. That's pretty mind-boggling to me. Well, what causes a person to shoplift? According to the research, 43,000 people in the American Journal of Psychiatry, we don't know. We do know that it's not because of economic status, which is pretty interesting. Some high-profile and very wealthy celebrities have been caught shoplifting, including Britney Spears, Winona Ryder, Lindsay Lohan, and Courtney Love. The NASP website lists the following facts. There is no gender profile for shoplifters. It affects men and women equally. About 25% of shoplifters are kids. 75% are adults. I found that surprising. The majority of shoplifters, 55%, started in their teens. Shoplifting is largely not a premeditated crime. Over 70% say when they shoplift, it's impulsive. Shoplifters say the true reward is the high of getting away with it, not the goods they steal. Shoplifters go undetected in 47 out of 48 attempts. About 50% or 57% of adult shoplifters continue to shoplift after being caught. And habitual shoplifters steal an average of 1.6 times per week. So, pretty interesting statistics. I wondered what the most popular items were to steal. And lists vary according to the type of survey, but common items include alcohol, cosmetics, small electronics, clothing, and over-the-counter medications, like maybe what I need right now. Many of these are tempting because they are easy to slip into a pocket or a handbag. Shoplifting mowers and bicycles and things like that are more problematic. It's easy to dismiss shoplifting as an insignificant and relatively harmless crime. I mean, we tend to think of it as something kids might do on a dare or a few adults might do occasionally on impulse. But I wonder why this so rarely comes up in discussions of money scripts. Even the word itself is minimizing. Shoplifting sounds much less serious than what this behavior really is, stealing. Yet shoplifting is a serious crime that costs all of us a lot of money. The National Retail Federation annual National Retail Security Survey measures and they call it, quote, inventory shrink. The 2017 survey found that 1.44% of retail inventory comes up missing. More than a third, 36.5% of this loss was due to shoplifting. Direct losses of inventory are far from the only cost of shoplifting. Security technology and staff time increases expenses, and so does all the wasteful landfill clogging packaging that manufacturers add to make small items too bulky to hide in a pocket or a bag. The retailer's responses to all these costs, of course, is higher prices for the rest of us that are law-abiding consumers. My most important realization from this research is that shoplifting, which the NASP calls a silent crime, deserves more attention than it receives. When we as consumers naively ignore it, we're ignoring a costly problem that all of us pay for. Perhaps the most damaging money script around shoplifting is the belief that it's too minor to matter. Thanks for listening.